Trees were once so large, so powerful, and so essential to life on Earth that when they collapsed, the planet itself changed. What if forests didn't just support life? What if they held the world together? Scattered across the planet are the remains of something that should not exist. Trees turned to stone. Not one, not a few, but entire forests. Preserved in ways that defy decay, broken in ways that don't look natural, and found in places they should never be. And once you begin connecting the evidence, you realize this isn't just about trees. It's about atmosphere, water, climate, and mass extinction. It's about a world that no longer exists and a system that may have failed. This is not speculation. This is not myth. This is what the planet itself left behind. This is. There are places on Earth where trees did not rot, did not burn, and did not turn to soil. They turned to stone. Entire forests preserved down to the microscopic structure of their cells, frozen in rock as if time itself stopped moving. Most people are told this is rare, an accident, a curiosity of geology. But once you step back and connect the evidence, a far more unsettling picture appears. Petrified forests are not isolated. They are global. They appear on every continent and across multiple geological ages. They often appear in layers, scattered across landscapes, broken in ways that do not look random. And when you stop looking at them as old trees and start looking at them as system failures, you begin asking questions most people never think to ask. Many petrified logs look cut. They have flat ends, clean breaks, and uniform sections. They are not twisted or splintered, but severed. So the first question people quietly ask, even if they never say it out loud, is simple. Were these trees cut down? And if so, how? What kind of tool could cut a tree hundreds of feet tall with a trunk wider than a house? That question is usually dismissed immediately, but the dismissal hides a deeper misunderstanding. Cutting does not require intelligence. It requires sheer force. At sufficient pressure, water cuts steel. At sufficient velocity, sediment cuts granite. At planetary scale, Earth does not need chainsaws. It uses physics. High-energy floods, sediment-loaded flows, and pressure gradients so extreme they behave like blades can uproot entire forests, slam them together, strip away bark, transport them across vast distances, and bury them under thousands of tons of moving material. The breaks left behind can look deliberate, even surgical. Is this because someone planned it, or because the force itself was precise? So the real question is, what or who cut the trees, or what kind of world generates forces powerful enough to make nature look engineered? To answer that, we have to return to a version of Earth that no longer exists. A world dominated by giant forests, not just taller trees, but forests so dense, so vast, and so biologically active that they reshaped the planet itself. This was an Earth with a different atmosphere, not just higher oxygen, but different pressure, different humidity, and a different chemical balance altogether. Or perhaps something more complex than oxygen alone. An atmosphere thick with life. And when air changes, life responds. Cells grow larger, respiration becomes easier, metabolism scales upward. This is why the ancient world supported giants. Not just dinosaurs, but enormous insects, massive plants, oversized fruits, and ecosystems with staggering biomass. Life did not grow big despite the forests. Life grew big because of them. These forests were not scenery, they were infrastructure. But their most important role was not in the air, it was in the water. Even today, trees perform a function that sounds almost impossible. They pull water upward, sometimes hundreds of feet, from deep underground. They release that water into the atmosphere through transpiration, influencing cloud formation and helping trigger rainfall. Forests do not just consume water, they move it. Now scale that up. Imagine forests spanning continents, trees rising far higher than modern canopies, root systems penetrating deep into fractured crust, and trunks acting as vertical pipelines. In that world, water did not only flow downhill through rivers, it moved upward through biology and physics combined. These forests were not passive, they were hydrological machines. This leads to one of the most controversial ideas of all, that ancient trees may have functioned as vertical water systems, not literally pouring water like fountains, but acting as biological pathways that lifted, redistributed, and released water back into the atmosphere. Before water carved its way down cliffs, it may have moved through living towers. And when those towers collapsed, the system broke. Without biological pathways to move water vertically, pressure had to escape somewhere. Through fractures, fault lines, and exposed rock faces. Waterfalls are not trees. They are what happens when trees are gone. They are scars left behind when biological circulation collapses and geology takes over. Forests are not collections of individuals. Even today, trees are connected underground through vast fungal networks. They exchange nutrients, transmit chemical warnings, and respond as a unit. A forest can warn itself of danger, redistribute resources, and react collectively. Scientists call this the wood wide web. Much like the World Wide Web, if you see the connection here. But that phrase understates what is really happening. Forests do not just share information. They behave like organs, not conscious like humans, but responsive, adaptive, and self-regulating. Now imagine that system at planetary scale. Forests acting as climate regulators, atmospheric stabilizers, hydrological pumps, and carbon locks. Not one consciousness, but an emergent one. That's why an unexpected reference suddenly makes sense. In the film Avatar, the Na'vi connect to their world through massive trees, biological hubs that store memory, regulate life, and bind the planet together. Most people saw that as fantasy, but it wasn't invention, it was exaggeration. Science fiction doesn't create ideas from nothing. It visualizes patterns we already half understand. Because here on Earth, trees already communicate, forests already share memory chemically, and ancient trees, now petrified, preserve growth rings that record climate, rainfall, and atmospheric conditions. In Avatar, memory lives in living trees. On Earth, memory lives in stone. Which brings us to the question most people never fully answer. Why were these forests petrified at all? Why didn't they rot? Why didn't they burn? Why were they preserved with such precision? Some imagine technology, others imagine intention, but the truth may be more unsettling than either. Systems do not need intelligence to behave purposefully. A thermostat is not alive, yet it regulates temperature. Earth is a system. When biomass explodes, carbon accumulates. When decay threatens atmospheric balance, feedback loops activate. During periods of extreme instability, volcanism, climate collapse, and hydrological chaos, Earth does something extraordinary. It locks carbon away. Rapid burial, silica-rich water, oxygen starvation. Organic matter replaced cell by cell, not preserved for us, but preserved because the system required it. Petrification is not technology, it is geochemical self-defense, a planet stabilizing itself under stress. Now connect the chain. Giant forests regulate air. They move water vertically. They stabilize climate. They support megafauna. Then instability hits. Volcanism injects ash and silica. Climate swings violently. Floods intensify. Forests are uprooted, stripped, sheared, and transported. Water cuts. Sediment buries. Chemistry fossilizes. What remains is not just wood. It is evidence. Evidence that Earth does not always change slowly. Sometimes it resets. Petrified forests are not curiosities. They are reset markers. Stone scars left behind when a planetary system fails and rebuilds. Human civilization exists in a rare calm window. Stable climate, predictable seasons, manageable extremes. We assume this is normal. The stone forests disagree. They tell us Earth has lived many lives before ours. Worlds where the air was thicker, the forests taller, and the water alive in ways we no longer understand. Worlds that collapsed, not gently, but abruptly. And the trees that once held everything together are now silent, turned to stone, still standing, still warning. If these forests were just old trees, they wouldn't be everywhere. If they were accidents, they wouldn't repeat. And if they did not matter, the planet would not have gone to such lengths to preserve them. These are not relics of a dead world. They are messages from a living one. And the deeper we look, the more they ask a question we may not be ready to answer. Thank you.